नमस्कार मित्रों, वेलकम टू माय शो। मैं हूं शिवपूज झा एंड टुडे वी हैव गॉट विथ अस अ वेरी डिस्टिंग्विश्ड गेस्ट, an educationist, let me call him also a political analyst. There have been n number of times that Professor Nawal Chaudhary has sat with us and he has discussed the politics of Bihar threadbare. This time again, sir, welcome to our show. And the first question obviously that comes to my mind at this stage is that do you think that there is a political vacuum which is fast developing?
Yes, there is a political vacuum in Bihar.
Yeah. Reason being, on the one hand, we have got ailing Nitish Kumar, and it is often being alleged that the present government is being run by a tired CM and the retired officials. On the other hand, we find that the BJP has miserably failed in developing any local leaders who can match the stature of Nitish Kumar. And on the third front, we find that the noose gradually is tightened by the court on Lalu-Prasad Yadav.
You are absolutely right. The old regime has lost its credibility completely, and the new regime has also faded, not only faded, failed in delivering the outcome it had promised. You see what is happening in Bihar all around is just the negation of what the present regime promised at the outset 2005. Governance, good governance and economic development. These were the two things which the new regime under Nitish Kumar and BJP dispensation promised Bihar and delivered also in the initial stages substantially. But now present position is such that this governance is completely collapsed, and Nitish Kumar ji, with all due respect to him and his leadership, he has not been able to stem the rot. Law and order is deteriorating. There is a slide back on the front of economic development, and there is chaos all around. And the main reason, as you have rightly pointed out, is that Nitish has lost control over his administration.
How did this happen? So we had seen a phase in Bihar when there was a massive turnaround in the state. Primarily, if I have to refer to the first period of his tenure as the chief minister of the state, we saw that more than 88,000 hardened criminals were on the run or behind bars. There was a phase when all of a sudden we saw that the roads were primarily being developed. There was connectivity even to the remote localities. Subsequently, he also went for rural electrification. But all of a sudden, we find that Nitish Kumar is getting too much absorbed in just getting remained in the chair. So, while initially the effort was good governance, right now it seems more or less that those efforts have completely petered down, and the efforts are now focused more on saving his own government.
Absolutely. Let us divide his promise into two parts for analytical purposes. What was his USP? Good governance and economic development. And these were precisely two things which were lacking in Lalu-Rabri regime. Governance had literally collapsed during that regime, and economic development was not the agenda.
Not at all.
Lalu Yadav is on record saying economic development is not my agenda. Social justice is my
agenda. But he scripted a turnaround in the railway.
Yes, absolutely.
That is a dichotomy.
Absolutely.
He scripted a turnaround in the railway.
Absolutely. And governance has two parts. The primary part is law and order, which was absolutely absent during Lalu-Rabri regime. You see the kidnapping, ransom, murder, jungle raj euphemism which was used by the court. And the second part was economic development, governance of infra projects, economic development projects. These were the two parts.
Yeah.
Of course, core was that. Now Nitish got the chance. He delivered also substantially on these counts, and this is the reason why Nitish caught the attention of not only Bihar's people, but world at large. I remember those days in early 2005 when foreign embassies representatives used to visit me asking about the new regime, new environment, new investment climate, and all that. I am part of that
Yes, you are
environment.
definitely a part of that.
And now, see what is happening. Even the core of governance, which was the USP of Nitish, is no longer there. There is not only deterioration, it seems that there is a complete collapse.
When we get into the deep diving mode, sir, what do you find are the possible reasons behind it? Is it that his focus has completely now changed?
First, Nitish is fading out. He's tired out. Unfortunately, he is also not in that state of health which he used to be earlier. He is more than 70 years now. He is nearing 75, maybe 75 plus. Nitish, age factor, health factor, and secondly, the model of his governance. Right from the beginning, he relied heavily on bureaucracy. While this paid him rich dividends initially, later on the same model created problems also. The power is now in the hands of a caucus of bureaucrats. Some of them are retired, some of them are inefficient and corrupt to the core. Things are outsourced to agencies for regions best known to Nitish and all that. Every day I have reports that these bureaucrats have been not performing their responsibilities and outsourcing their jobs to international and national agencies for various regions, including corrupt regions.
You think that Nitish Kumar possibly knows it well, since that he is not having that kind of control.
Absolutely knows it.
On governance. He knows it well that on the one hand there is anti-incumbency and on the other there is also a fatigue factor which is developing.
Yes, absolutely. I said that.
That is the reason why he is now gradually relying on populist measures. We just now saw how he raised that pension, we call it pension, and subsequently now 125 units of electricity would be free to every home.
Absolutely.
So these populist
Yes,
measures, where will he find the money to fund all these populist measures?
Yes, I'll come to the that point a little later.
Yeah.
But first, he's an intelligent person. He was an engineering graduate. He's an engineering graduate from Patna University, about 2 years junior to me. Very intelligent person, understands politics, does politics, and succeeded in politics. But now he has realized that he's outlived his utility. He is tired in every sense of the term.
Why is it dragging?
Yes.
Why is it dragging, sir?
But this is because of his health reasons and also because of his model. He, right from the beginning, he relied on bureaucrats. It's not that for the first time he's realized. Now this dependency is growing day by day. And some of these bureaucrats have formed a caucus. And this caucus of bureaucrats is not very efficient, corrupt to the core, and misusing their positions and taking full advantage of Nitish's incapacity, his health and other issues. You have seen, and this is in public domain, how Nitish behaves in public fora, depending on the bureaucrats also. So this is the reason why things are getting worse by the day, and the first casualty is law and order. And every day you see reports. It's a repeat of old age, and naturally coming
Just
to save his position. Yes, but the point is, instead of finding out an honorable exit, which I would have expected him to have, he is trying to cling to power. His power. Therefore, the only way to retain power.
Eroding his popularity.
I'm coming to that. He knows that his popularity has gone down. He knows that perception. He has virtually lost population at this perception battle among the people. Now to cling to power, retain power, he is resorting to all kinds of cheap tactics to which he had once voiced opposition. Now these competitive populism, 125 units, so I'm not against welfare. But then you have to work out the longer term strategy.
So we have seen the phase of Lalu Prasad Yadav, the prolonged phase of Lalu Prasad Yadav, almost 15 years of rule, and you have seen the phase of Nitish Kumar as well, and you are well aware of the situation that existed prior to 1989. Now, while we make a comparative analysis primarily of the tenure of Nitish Kumar, we find that till the point in time when he was with the BJP in the first phase, starting from 2005, until he joined hands with the RJD for the sake of power, Prashant Kishor definitely has been making lofty claims that he played that instrumental role in bringing the Chota Bhai and Bada Bhai together. That was the turning point in Nitish Kumar.
Absolutely. That time he realized the only way to retain power is to consolidate the caste base, from which he initially rose to power. You shouldn't forget, Nitish started as a caste leader. He had organized a caste rally and later on also used this caste factor to its full potential.
Now, Nitish Kumar has also failed in developing a successor. Now, as is the nature of most of the regional parties, unless and until a successor evolves, gradually we see that the party is on the nose.
Unfortunately, it doesn't rely on any individual leader. In fact, there are two ways to have the successor. One, which is very prevalent, wide across the political spectrum, is dynasty. Unfortunately, his son, even though now he is being propped up by some people, he is not capable of taking over his legacy.
Too late.
Yes, too late, and probably he is not in that state of health also. This is what is rumored. I don't know and don't want to comment on his health and other issues. So that route is closed. The other route he would have in democratic society, picked up some leader from his party, but he doesn't believe in them. He uses them, but he doesn't believe in them, and therefore he never tried to develop an alternative leadership, his legacy, which in all probability would have saved his legacy.
Now, sir,
so
I need to dive deeper into the subject, given the kind of understanding which you have about the overall political landscape, not just of Bihar, but of the entire country. We need to understand here, we've already discussed what ails the present system, present dispensation, the problem areas of Nitish Kumar. Another problem area which I'm able to find out is that the BJP leadership somehow down the line started playing the piggybacking. Okay, and possibly the BJP is getting carried away too much by the results of 2015, and as such, while it tried initially to develop Ram Kripal Yadav, subsequently we also heard the name of some other people doing the round, couple of names doing the round, presently Samrat Chaudhary is doing the round, but never could the BJP develop someone who could meet the stature of
You are absolutely right, Sipujati, you are absolutely right. BJP right from the beginning always played second fiddle to Nitish Kumar and never tried to develop its own leadership. The result is...
They will have to face the consequences.
Absolutely, face the consequences. Sushil Modi had the potential. Unfortunately, it's not available now.
Yes.
And even when he was there, BJP leadership saw that he played only second fiddle. And next to Sushil Modi ji, late Sushil Modi ji, no leader. There is no leader in BJP. Name a single person who can be called a leader. These are all psychopaths. They don't have leadership qualities, except that some of them belong to certain parties.
Unless you find someone like Yogi Adityanath.
Absolutely.
Now coming back to another part of my question, because the first question which I put to you had three separate parts. We have already discussed the fate of the JDU, fate of Nitish Kumar, and also what ails the BJP. The third part was definitely about the RJD. The noose is tightening definitely because of n number of cases against Lalu Prasad Yadav and even Tejasvi Yadav. Now, while there is rigid compartmentalization on caste lines in the state of Bihar, there was recently a statement which came from within the party itself, a leader who backtracked from his statement about Bhura Bal Saaf Karo. The RJD knows it well that its vote bank, core vote bank, primarily comprising of the MY equation, is intact and it is not moving out in this election. So they are definitely at an advantageous position when it comes to parties like the BJP. The BJP and other parties, they start from a scratch, while these people, they already have got a sound vote bank with them. But then again, this becomes the biggest impediment for these people, because there cannot be any add-on. You have got polarization on one hand, you also have reverse polarization on the other hand.
See, you agree with that? There are only two ways. One, use the traditional vote bank politics, which is primarily based on identity politics, which means in Bihar terms caste politics, largely, which Lalu used to its full potential. And second is governance, which Nitish Kumar injected into politics. Now, Lalu had never the second option. He always used the first option. Yes, his son is coming up in a big way, but he has the credibility. He doesn't have that credibility of delivering good governance. All that he can do is to somehow mobilize the old vote identity politics, which his father had used and reaped full benefits out of it. So this is a regressive move.
Cannot reap the benefits of so-called social engineering.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Nitish also used it.
Yes.
But Nitish used it, this caste engineering, social engineering, plus something.
Yes.
It was plus something but good governance, which means improvement in law and order and economic development. Now, Lalu had only caste social engineering. Now his son has that social engineering plus welfareism.
Okay.
Welfareism has its own limits, as you see in some of the other states in India. It has reached its limits.
Yes.
They are finding it difficult to finance that.
Yes, the state does not have that kind of wherewithal.
Right, absolutely. Economic resources, you need economic resources and sound fiscal management. You see its impact in Karnataka, Himachal and all other places. It has its limits. So these are the only two options for Lalu regime. Using social engineering, which means MY Samikaran, Burawal Saab Karo, etc., and some welfare measures, which they have already announced, giving so many welfare schemes delivering. Now, what is happening is this. Nitish lost his second part, the good governance part, so he is also reverting back to
populist measures,
to the old strategy which Lalu once used, social engineering and some welfare measures.
Now coming back to yet another very important aspect. All of a sudden we find that though Prashant Kishor has been touring the state for almost 3 years now, and the kind of connect which he is able to establish with the people, primarily the issues which he is raising primarily in the public, is finding a favorable resonance in almost every nook and corner of the state. Even if he fails to garner the kind of number which he has been flanking at the top of his voice, कि 140 भी आएगा तो मैं अपनी हार मानूंगा. Do you think that he is bound to emerge as a force which will be detrimental to the NDA as well as Mahagathbandhan? You may term it as vote katwa, or you can term him as a force who is emerging and will definitely pose a big threat in 2030.
I have always held the view that Prashant Kishor has a chance. He is emerging.
But in the caste-ridden society, is it possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Bihar is sick of these existing two regimes. Lalu-Rabri regime, with all its past baggage of jungle Raj, non-development, and Nitish's failing governance and economic development projects. People are really sick of both these regimes. So
you find there will be a triangular contest this time round?
Absolutely, it's emerging.
So what does it point to?
Emerging. And Prashant Kishor will take away some votes from both sides.
Okay.
I mean, at this point of time, I am not able to say that he will succeed.
It's not going to be a landslide for any political party.
Absolutely. It's not going to be.
But how do you see it? Is it good for the people of Bihar?
Yes.
This kind of situation?
The democracy requires this. Let these two factions, two regimes, the earlier regime of Lalu-Rabri and now Tejasvi coming, and Congress joining hands with them, those traditional medieval forces, I say, which uses identity politics as a tool of getting power and misusing it to their purposes, which are other than democratic, which are not development oriented. And the present regime, which initially delivered and now fading out, tiring and failing to deliver even on the primary objectives of the state power, that is law and order and economic development. Naturally, people want a chance to a fresh leadership. Whether Prashant Kishor will fill the vacuum, I'm not very sure at this point of time. But I do see a chance for him.
Definitely,
and people
you see
like
that all
him.
of a sudden, for the first time in the state of Bihar, there seems to be an option for the people.
Absolutely. You have such experiments in the other parts of the state. What was Kejriwal?
Yeah.
It's a different thing whether he delivered on those promises or not.
Okay.
My opinion is he has not been able, but then he did succeed. Not only in Delhi, he succeeded in Punjab.
As well.
Why? There were political parties, national political parties in both the places. Congress, the great Indian National Congress, and the great BJP, which says that it is the largest political party of the world.
I was baffled a bit this time round. I was baffled a bit with the strategy of the Congress, since you brought the word Congress into our discussion. Why was I baffled? Because one day I get this piece of information that Kanhaiya Kumar would be going for his Padayatra. All of a sudden I see that the state leadership is being changed, and all those people who were believed to be quite loyal to Lalu Prasad Yadav, they were replaced by people who are believed to be quite close to Rahul Gandhi. Now what happens is that this Padayatra and the fact that changes were made and that Rahul Gandhi made lots of visits, all of a sudden it seems that all those efforts which were being put by the Congress and the semblance was being given that possibly the Congress wants to go solo and is likely to play what it did in Delhi. Now, yet again, we see that all the politics, the statements coming from the various leadership of the Congress is primarily intended to get the maximum number of seats within Mahagathbandhan. Last time, their the performance was really abysmal. This time round, you think that Lalu Prasad Yadav is bound to give them that kind of respectable numbers?
It will not. Lalu Prasad will not give that respectable number to Congress, because Lalu still feels that he is the master. He is the master.
The left had a better strike rate.
Absolutely.
So now Mukesh Sahni is also in their fold, and he's an over-ambitious man.
Who?
Mukesh Sahni.
Mukesh Sahni is over-ambitious. I think he doesn't know his limits. He thinks that being a leader of a particular caste in the backward community will give him so much of power. I think he is not
even Manji had that kind of inkling. Even Manji had that kind of inkling.
No. These are marginal players. These are marginal players. They help any alliance where they go marginally.
Just catalyst.
Absolutely.
Just catalyst.
Marginal.
And what about Chirag Paswan? That is one last factor which
Chirag is little better. Chirag has a little better.
You think that he too is over ambitious?
Yeah. Absolutely. Chirag has no chance as chief minister for the next 10 years.
He does not have, but he has got lots of innings left with him. Tejasvi Yadav has got lots of innings left with him, and Prashant Kishor has got lots of things. So in a nutshell, sir, we can say that the politics in Bihar is headed for a massive change, and 2025 elections is bound to be a high benchmark. Thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Welcome, Shipujanji, and wish you all the best with your new.
Thank you so much. I need your blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers. That's all we have got for you in the show.